What's up, everybody? Horrible MMA show. I realize that on YouTube now it's down here. Is our title of the thing, so I'm going to point this way this time instead of here. Today we're going to talk about the TUF 20 finale that's happening on Friday. It's headlined. We figured out with the last episode of The Ultimate Fighter that it's going to be headlined by Rose Namajunas versus Carla Esparza for the first ever title. So we're going to kind of roll through the card really quickly from bottom to top, giving our predictions on everything. So, first fight is, and most of these fights are girls that were on the show. So, first fight is Angela Hill versus Emily Kagan. Angela Hill is a kickboxer mostly. She only has one MMA fight to her name. Emily Kagan is she's not too experienced. I think she's like 4-1 or 3-0 or something. I'm going Angela Hill. She's a striker, and she just seems to have it more ferocity than Kagan does.
And she looked tough, man. I really thought that she was going to do better on the show because she looked like she was in better shape than all of those guys.
Tough matchup against Carla first. But so Angela Hill on that one. Then we have Alex Chamber versus Aisling Daly. Daly made it past the first round. Chambers got beat by Rose in the first round. With that said, I think Daly takes this one. She trains with our good friend Conor McGregor, so I'm thinking that her unorthodox striking is going to be too much for Chambers.
I'm actually in total agreement. I think that she's going to take it.
And then we got the first fight on Fox Sports 1 is Angela Magana versus Tisha Torres. Tisha by decision.
I think that Angela is way hotter, but I'm going to go with Tisha also. I think that Tisha's tough.
Like, on a side note, Tisha has actually beaten a decent amount of girls that were on this show. Like, she beat Rose. She beat Felice.
Not that she would beat Rose now.
No, it's two different levels now. But I think Tisha wins pretty easily, actually. Then we got Joanne Calderwood versus Seo Hee Ham. That girl was not on the show. She is a new addition to the 115-pound. I got JoJo by second round TKO.
Yeah.
Her striking's really good, and I think she catches a knee to the body and drops Seo and finishes it from there.
Yeah, she had a tough matchup on the show, but she's actually one of the tougher girls.
Oh yeah, she's absolutely top 5, no problem.
Yeah, so I don't think that she'll have a lot of troubles with this girl. I'm actually going to go first round.
First round.
TKO.
Oh, all right. Yes. Switching it up. And then we got Heather Clark versus Beck Rawlings. Beck Rawlings got beat by Tisha Torres on the show. Heather Clark got beat by Felice Herrig. Beck Rawlings in the 115-pound division is probably the best pure boxer in the division, and I think that's what gets her the win on Friday. I don't think she finishes the fight, but I think she uses her range and her solid stand-up skills to put Heather on her heels the whole time, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no vested interest in this matchup, honestly. I don't know. I think that actually Beck would probably win. Like you said, she's just got really solid stand-up.
Heather's got a better ground game than Beck does, but I don't think she's going to be able to put it to much use.
I don't know, though. If I saw them right on the show, Heather looks like she might be a little bit bigger.
She definitely is bigger than Beck.
She might be able to kind of just muscle her around a little bit. So I don't know. Actually, maybe I think I'm going to change my mind and go against you on this one.
All right.
I'm going to go with the annoying Heather Jo Clark on this one.
There's one person for it.
Not because I want her to win, but because she has a chance.
Yeah. And then last one before the main card is Felice Herrig versus Lisa Ellis. Felice beat Heather Clark and then lost to Randa Marcos. Lisa Ellis lost to Carla Esparza. I'm going Felice by decision.
Yeah.
Lisa Ellis just
unanimous.
Yeah, unanimous. It doesn't seem like Lisa has too much for Felice. Felice's clinch game is really strong. Her MMA game is still improving. It's not where it necessarily should be. I mean, she's still very good, but her clinch game and her Muay Thai skills are way above Lisa Ellis.
Yeah, she's pretty solid, and she's in good shape. That's another thing, too. It's just, like, being in good shape goes a long way.
Oh, yeah.
So
then the main card, and we get the semifinalists of the Ultimate Fighter, Randa Marcos versus Jessica Penne. Penne was the Invicta Atomweight champ before the show at 105 pounds, so she's been moving up to 115 for the show. Randa Marcos was kind of the surprise pick, or the surprise of the season, because she was the 14th seed and made it all the way to the semifinals.
And would have made it to the finals if she didn't have to fight Rose.
Yeah, if she didn't fight, if she was on the other side of the bracket, she would absolutely be in the finals against Rose.
Yeah.
With that said, I think Penne is a really good stand-up. Her stand-up really surprised me, and her ground game is really super legit. I think Randa is just bigger and more aggressive, so I think Randa will win by split decision.
Really? I don't know. I really like both of these girls, the way that they came, that they both brought it when they fought, and I just think that Randa is going to submit her in the second round.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know. Or TKO maybe.
We agree, but I'm not on the outcome.
Randa Marcos, I think, was easily the second best girl.
Yeah.
Of the entire season.
Second or third, like Joanne Calderwood's right up there with her too.
You can make that argument.
And then we switch it to people that were not on the show. We got Yancy Medeiros versus Joe Proctor. Yancy Medeiros is coming off like that sick reverse guillotine sort of thing that he caught at UFC 179. But with that said, he's only like 1-3 in the UFC right now. And Proctor's, he's been kind of he's been up and down, but he's sort of gaining momentum. I'm gonna go with Proctor on this one by decision. A lot of decisions on this one for me.
Yeah, I think that Joe Proctor is gonna take it also. I don't think that there will be another surprise reverse guillotine going down.
No. And then we jump to Darren Cruikshank versus KJ Nunes. Cruikshank had won his last fight. I'm just blanking it right now. And then KJ Nunes is coming off of the 30-second knockout of Sam Stout, which was really impressive because Sam Stout's never been knocked out. So this one's gonna be a firefight. Like, this one's gonna be a sick fight to watch. Like, both guys are really high level strikers. Both guys don't care too much for the ground game, so this one's gonna be a stand-up war. I'm gonna go. I like Cruikshank a little bit more. I like them both, but Cruikshank's a little bit flashier, so I think he might catch Nunes with something, with some sort of like spinning back fist, spinning hook kick to the body or something. So I'm gonna go with Cruikshank by. I'm gonna go first round TKO.
I'm going to disagree with you on this one.
Ooh.
I think that KJ Nunes gets it done. I'm going to say... Yeah, I'm going to say either way, it's probably going to be
It's going to be a freaking great fight, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome fight, but I'm actually going to say decision.
Oh, KJ Nunes by decision, all right.
Yeah. Don't put your money down on what I say.
Yeah, no, don't put it on any of us right now. We're like 6-4, 5-5 on predictions, so we're not doing great. So co-main event is Charles Oliveira versus Jeremy Stephens. Both these guys were 155ers when they started their UFC careers. Now they're both at 145. Jeremy Stephens they both seem to have found a second life at featherweight. Jeremy Stephens is coming off of the loss to Cub Swanson, but it was a fight of the night.
Yes.
And he also has the knockout over Ronnie Jason. And he's been looking really good. He hasn't looked like he's been drawn out or really killing himself to get down to 145. This one's a real power versus grappling sort of matchup. And I'm gonna go with Charles Oliveira.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's the weird sort of pick, but I think he finds a submission somewhere in there. Third round.
I'm actually also going to go with Charles Oliveira, but I'm going to say decision.
Yeah. I mean, makes sense. Stephens is going to be swinging for the fences the whole time. That's what he does. He never does anything else. And most of the time, it works for him.
Yeah,
but I think he's going to overextend himself and get caught in something.
Yeah, Oliveira is really tall for the weight class, and he has some nasty leg kicks and some good striking, of his own. So I think that he's going to, like you said, get Jeremy to reach, and he's just going to tear him up with those leg kicks, slow him down, and just
catch him in the third.
Beat him by points, I think.
I'm going to say arm triangle. I'm going to go even further and say arm triangle in the third.
Okay, I could see that.
And then main event of the evening for the first ever. Well, we're going to go a little bit longer. For the first ever 115-pound title, the finals of the Ultimate Fighter, Rose Namajunas, the 7 seed, versus the number 1 seed, former Invicta 115-pound champ, Carla Esparza. This one is pretty cut and dry for me. Like, yes, we have the video where we profess our love for Rose, but even on the show, like, I realize that the Ultimate Fighter, you can't really rank people based on their performance on the show because it's such a pressure cooker situation for everybody that it messes with everybody. So I think Carla is a good fighter, but Rose looked 2 steps above everybody else through the entire show.
Head and shoulders, man.
So I think second round submission. Carla is going to continue. She's going to get a takedown. She's going to get maybe 1 or 2 takedowns. But I think that's about all she gets. She's going to get submitted from the... Rose is going to work well off her back. She's going to frustrate... Here's my prediction on how the fight goes. She frustrates Carla with her striking the whole time. Because she throws those crazy kicks and she's quick with her punches. So she's going to... Carla's definitely not going to be expecting it. She's going to get frustrated shooting for takedown. She's going to get 1. She's going to get saved by the bell. And then in the second round, same sort of thing. Carla takes her down. Rose works for a submission from there and finishes it in the second round.
Okay. I agree on the method and the victor. I think it's going to happen in the first round. Late in the first round, I think she outstrikes her. Carla gets a takedown late in the first, and she gets Kimura on the way down, or shortly after. Yeah.
Makes sense. Like, Carla, she's a really good wrestler. Her mindset for MMA is weird. The whole time on the show, she was saying she wasn't sure if she could win, and she's really surprised that she was there. And Rose, the whole time, was like, I know I can be here. I know I'm supposed to be here. I've worked hard for this.
Super confident.
So just from mindsets, not that those mean anything, Rose is just, she's ready for this. And it doesn't seem like Carla is necessarily ready for this.
And skill sets too, man. Rose, like we said, head and shoulders above everybody else on the show. Just looked great. Her grappling was good. Her striking was on point. And she looks like a fucking beast.
She's a monster. And who knows, full training camp for both these girls could mean the difference. Because again, they had to fight 3 times in 6 weeks. It's hard on anybody. I give them a lot of credit for being able to win and get to this spot, but Rose is just on a different level.
Yeah. So did you want to predict fight of the night?
Fight of the night, I'm going to go with Cruikshank and Nunes. What's yours?
I'm going to go against you and say Marcos Penne.
That's not a bad pick.
Yeah.
Really not.
I think that they're going to pull out the fight of the night.
Yeah, and then we'll go 2 performance of the nights because the knockout and submission are kind of hard given the fact that there's only been like 3 or 4 fights in strawweight, in UFC strawweight history. There's only been 1 TKO, so it's a little hard to predict a knockout, especially since I said Oliveira's going to win. Performance of the night 1 is to Rose.
Yep.
Performance of the night 2 is going to be Joanne Calderwood. That's the TKO right there. I'm going to call it. She's going to win by a knee to the body.
That is, it's hard to bet against that. I'm going to go with Charles Oliveira for my second one. Rose first and Charles second. So
not bad picks. Horrible MMA.
Signing off.
Boom.